Have you heard about the changes to the latest Australian visas in July 2019? Hi, I'm Bianca, and in this video I will explain what these latest immigration changes mean to future Australian visa applicants. But before we go through the explanation, please click the subscribe button and the bell to receive the latest news about Australian immigration. Changes to Australian visas have only just been applied as of the 1st of July 2019. Changes to Australian visas are part of the work program of Scott Morrison as the Prime Minister of Australia to regulate the future population growth of Australia. These changes to Australian visas in July 2019 will have a direct impact on several popular visas for applicants, such as work visas, student visas, and permanent residency. Changes to Australian visas in July 2019 are part of Prime Minister Scott Morrison's Population Arrangement Work Program, released in March 2019. The Population Arrangement Program has four main elements, namely: 1. To relieve the burden of big cities related to the problem of overcrowding and help in the development of small towns. 2. To speed up infrastructure development. 3. To create a better city and regional structuring program. And 4. To create a safe Australia by building communities where migrants are integrated easily and are well connected with the community they live in. On the 1st of July 2019, the Australian Government has taken steps to understand the important elements of the Population Arrangement Program from Prime Minister Scott Morrison. One of the most important things in the latest Australian visa change in July 2019, and the first step towards initiating the Population Structuring Program, is to reduce the quota for Australian permanent residencies from 190,000 to 160,000 per year. About 15% of the available quota is reserved for those who apply for permanent residency to live in small cities in Australia. Among these are 9,000 quota for skilled employer-sponsored visas and 14,000 for skilled work regional visas. To be able to get permanent residency by using the visa above, the applicant must stay in Australia's regional area for 3 years to be entitled to apply as a permanent resident recipient. For changes that occur to Australian student visas, the Australian Government provides very attractive incentives for international students who choose to study outside of Sydney, Melbourne and Brisbane. The incentive is in the form of 4,720 scholarships with a value of more than 94 million Australian dollars. In addition, Australian student visa holders are permitted to take an additional year program with a post-study visa if they continue their studies outside of Melbourne, Sydney, Perth and Queensland. To make the transition easier, the Australian Government promises to improve the quality of infrastructure in small towns in Australia, so that migrants living in small cities can settle in Australia at an affordable cost and can easily access major cities in Australia. For skilled visas, there are a number of changes that haven't been applied. Regarding the additional point system, these changes include: 1. Having a partner or a partner de facto with a certain skill is 10 points. 2. More points for applicants designated by state or territory governments or sponsored by family members living in the Australian region equals 15 points. 3. More points for having certain STEM qualifications, 10 points. 4. Points for applicants who do not have a de facto partner or partner is 10 points. And 5. Points for applicants with a partner or de facto partner who has competent English is 5 points. Those who want to bring their parents to live together in Australia now may use the latest parent visa, which will be implemented starting this year in accordance with the regulations issued by Parliament in October last year. This visa process requires a sponsor application first. If the sponsor has been accepted, then an application for the applicant can be submitted. Regarding those who want to gain citizenship, regulations regarding the English language proficiency have changed. This new regulation will simplify and reduce the English language proficiency criteria that must be met. Changes will also occur for Australian partner visa, where a sponsor must submit an application first. When the sponsor application has been approved, the applicant is permitted to apply. There is no specific time advised of when this regulation will be applied. Other changes also occur in Designated Area Migration Agreements, or DAMA, where the latest changes allow employers to sponsor applicants with simpler qualifications, such as not requiring skills assessments, work experience, and lower English language skills. Areas included in this DAMA are North Queensland, Goldfields, Northern Territory, Orana, Pilbara, Warrnambool, and South Australia. There are many changes to the latest Australian visas that occur every year. We, as a registered migration agent in Australia, work with the Australian government to provide the sharpest and most accurate information to help many applicants realise their dreams of migrating to Australia. With more than 9 years of experience and hundreds of successful Australian visa applications, ONEderland Consulting is the solution for those of you who experience problems with any Australian visa. Don't let your visa be rejected and your dream of migrating in Australia disappear. Contact the experts now. Simply contact us via email or on the phone number in the description below, and our consultants will get back to you as soon as possible. See you in the next video.